video is sponsored by Wonderland Cottages, spacious, self-contained eco-villas in the heart of the Grampians. More about them at the end of the video. Pinnacle is one of those iconic destinations in the Grampians, and the Pinnacle Loop is a fantastic way to see it. It takes about 4.5 to 5 hours usually. With the baby we took 6 hours. It's very easy to get to the start of the trail. I would recommend to start from Hall's Gap as it's the lowest point, so on the way back it's all downhill. Being a loop, you can of course hike this clockwise or counterclockwise. I would recommend hiking it clockwise. The reason is it's a day hike, so you probably start in the morning, and that means there's nice sunlight on the cliffs above you when you hike up on the Hall's Gap side of the trail. It's the steeper part to get up for sure, but I would also recommend doing this in summer because then you're up on the tops when it actually starts to get hot, and it's a downhill section from there, where the other way around is longer and you would get to the Pinnacle later and it's going to be hotter. In Hall's Gap you can park on School Road close to Stony Creek, and then you would hike over the campground into Stony Creek Valley. The Pinnacle has a fantastic view. Saying that there are a couple of other spots on the Wonderland Range which have similar views, the Pinnacle is so outstanding because the way up and the way down are second to none. The hike through the Wonderland Range is just amazing. There's so many rock formations and stones just pivoted on little points. It's just amazing. I just love hiking through there, and places like Silent Street is just absolutely wonderful. I would recommend to start this hike early, maybe take some breakfast or lunch with you and have it up there. It's fantastic views, and it's so much better to be up there early before everybody else gets up there. It also means you can take your time heading back down again. The Grand Canyon is definitely worth a visit. When we were there, the staircase was still closed, but you can get in from the other side. Just before you get to Wonderland Car Park, don't cross Stony Creek. Continue hiking downstream from there. That allows you to head into the Grand Canyon, and then further downstream along the creek to Hall's Gap. It's not very well signposted at that point, which is the only point where it's not well signposted. So that's worth to keep in mind. Along Stony Creek are a number of waterfalls and rapids, and it's just really nice to look at. Take another break there maybe. There's Splitters Falls and there's Venus Bath, and then you're back in Hall's Gap and you probably deserve an ice cream or afternoon tea or a late lunch. I would rate this trail as difficult. It's a lot of elevation gain, and the trail leads over a lot of rocky surfaces, which requires a bit of scrambling, but it's well worth going there if you are capable. In terms of light situations for photography, I would head up there as early as possible. That means you have the really nice light on the cliffs heading up. It also means you have the best light still from the Pinnacle itself. If you stay in Hall's Gap, it's very easy to judge if you actually have a view from up there. You just got to look up to the Wonderland Range, and if the tops are in the clouds, which happens in winter quite often, it's not necessarily worth going. Saying that, the clouds can of course lift, and then the views are very different and fantastic as well. Just blue skies is not always the nicest thing. If you want to hike this or other trails in the Grampians, Wonderland Cottages would make an ideal base for your stay. With their spacious, self-contained eco-villas, they are perfect for couples, families and small groups. Located in easy walking distance to the center of Hall's Gap, yet tucked away in a quiet forest setting, the property borders the national park, which makes for great wildlife viewing. Wonderland Cottages strives to minimize your holiday's ecological footprint. All their toilet paper, tissues and paper towel is made from bamboo. There is a water recycling system in place. All electricity is 100% green renewable, and solar power is in the making. All cottages have 2 bedrooms, a large living area with fireplace and modern aircon, a fully spec'd out kitchen, a bathroom with separate toilet, 2 private decks and a private barbecue. But don't just take my word for it. Check out the great ratings on Google, Booking.com and Airbnb. For the best price and special offers, always book directly at wonderlandcottages.com.au.